Hey what's up guys, Box here and welcome to another F1 2017 video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but here we are, we're doing a last to first challenge at Malaysia, as it is the Malaysian Grand Prix coming up. We're driving as Daniel Ricciardo, starting from the back of the grid of course. So here we are away in our Red Bull car, starting from the back of the grid, and we get a pretty okay start, making a bit of ground up on Verline, Van Dorn and Ericsson, who are ahead of us, but we're going to look to the inside, see if we can make a move up the inside of a few cars up into P17, P16, try and make up as many positions through turn number 1, but then it comes into turn 2 and we have the outside line, which is going to give us the disadvantage, but we managed to hold it around the outside, but Palmer bullies us out of it. He loses traction, we hit him, we lose traction, we end up only making up 4 positions through the first 2 corners. So we're coming into this turn number 4, 5 I think it is, braking down the inside of the Renault car of Palmer. So got a bit of a gap now to Magnussen, see if we can catch up. He's driving the Haas car, so we'll see if we can make up a bit move. It's going to be a bit slow, the AI through here, as they are forming a bit of a train, but we managed to sneak up the inside of Kevin Magnussen up into P14, trying to make up as many positions on lap number 1 to see if we can complete this challenge. Up the inside of Carlos Sainz as well, losing the rear end. Can we keep it side by side? He manages to get back up the inside in the Toro Rosso, the sister car, and we were not able to get past him. So now, and it's Kvyat, not Sainz. I don't know why I said Sainz, it's Kvyat as we come up the inside of Kvyat. Up the inside, job done, up into P12. So now onto the back of Carlos Sainz, as we're in P12, trying to get P11 off of him. We're going to dive bomb him up the inside, up into P11, get that position, this time block him so we can't get past, and then onto the back of Ocon we go. So we're going to try chase down Ocon in the Force India, looking at the inside on lap number 3, not going to work through there. Just stick onto the back of him, I'd wait a bit, wait a few more corners and we should be able to get him, but we do lock up on run wide, which is going to make us lose time, but we did take a wider line, so we've got maybe get better traction, and we picking up a bit of a slipstream now on Ocon. Can we be later on the brakes? Use these Red Bull brakes up the inside, make it stick. Yes we do, and that's us up into the top 10 now, so we're in point scoring position. So now we're coming up the inside, no we're not, of Hulkenberg in the Renault, just trying to find a way past. As we look up the inside now, up the inside, bit of a lock up, but we do hit the apex and get the job done. So now the end of lap number 3, there is no overtaking, yellow flags, and Kimi Raikkonen has had an engine failure or some sort of failure, as now it is starting to rain on the start of lap number 5. So we've got to think about when we need to be pitting, because we are due to switch to the the prime tyres for the next stint, but the engineer is saying come on in, get some inters on, so we follow his word. Perez is running a bit wide, can we be a bit sneaky and up the inside, cheeky move up the inside, and job done. This cheeky move, as we take a replay of that. Had to take the replay of one of the Haas cars in front of us because I couldn't quite get it in, but there we go. You can see in the bottom of the picture we got the job done on the Force India of Perez. Coming into the pits now, putting on some intermediate tyres, and let's see if we can make any ground up in the pit stops. See if maybe the Force India gets held up, or the Renault or anything like that. But we got Perez behind us, so we've jumped Perez in the pits, which is good for us in this challenge. As you can see now, we're coming up behind Van Dorn, who has not pitted yet. I'm really surprised he stayed out, but you can see we're just going to drive round the outside of him and get the job done nice and easily on him. But yellow flags out. Did he hit the back of us as we overtook him? So let's take a look at the replay. You can see coming around the outside in the wet, he just clips the back of us and goes spinning into the wall, which has brought the yellow flags out. So no overtaking. But oh, we've got a safety car, virtual safety car. So we've got to slow down for this lap and hit the delta time. But slowing down behind Verline, and now let's see if we can jump him. We should be able to when we get back racing, because he's still on the dry tyres, which is not good. So we're just going to completely out drag him here, nice and easy on our fresh intermediate tyres. So next up is Felipe Massa, who's not too far ahead, but does he need to pit? No, I don't think he needs to pit. He's just ahead of us. He's already pitted. He's on the intermediate tyres, but our teammate is in the pits as we're losing rear traction there. Just trying to put the power down, but we're going to jump Hamilton in the pits, and our teammate is just ahead of us. He's just come out ahead of us. So we have closed in on Verstappen during this pit stop stages. We would have jumped him if it wasn't for the virtual safety car, which really didn't benefit us because it slowed the whole pack down. And we were a lot faster than the people on dry tyres. So it would have put us in a good stead for taking the win of this race. But are we still able to do it? We are in 6th place at the minute. We've got Verstappen, our teammate, ahead. And once we get him, we'll be up into the top 5. And we've got a couple of cars ahead of him. I think it's a couple of the Williams which we can make up some ground on and make up some more positions and maybe get a podium. But here you can see Kvyat going slow, making contact with Verstappen. Someone's lost a bit of their front wing. I think it might have been Kvyat, but that slowed Verstappen right down. So it's going to give us an opportunity up the inside. No, he closes the door and we hit the back of him. Didn't take any damage, so no harm done. But maybe we'll look for a move on Verstappen late on the brakes here. His intermediate tyres are going to be cold. We lock up the front left, but we get the job done in the end. Just taking a replay of that, you can see we just stick in behind him and outbrake him. His intermediate tyres are going to be cold and not up to temperature, so he's not going to be as confident on the brakes and finding the right braking point as of yet. So we get up the inside, nice job, onto the back of the Williams and Felipe Massa now. Can we get past him? We lock up again. We're struggling with lockups on these intermediate tyres. It's something we all see throughout the rest of this race. We just struggled on the braking and we kept locking up the fronts, which did actually increase our front tyre wear as you predicted, to flat spotting them. But we're in behind Felipe Massa now. Can we get the move done? Maybe a late break, a lunge up the inside. No, we're just going to sit in behind him as we lock up. And we had to slam on the brakes then, a bit heavier to avoid the back of Felipe Massa. So we're just going to stick him behind him. As you can see, come around this left-right quick flowing corners. We do gain as the Red Bull is a very good car through the corners, and it does carry quite a lot of corner speed, but we just lost some traction there, weren't able to get onto the back of him. But lap number 10 now. Can we do the same again? Don't lock up this time. Used to the brakes in these light rain conditions. Although it looks like he's getting a bit heavier, so as long as we don't have to put the full wets on as we drive round the outside of Felipe Massa, the Red Bull showing up the Williams car there. He comes back at us though. Can we keep it down the inside? He outdrags us with that Mercedes engine, and he's going to slot in front of us. He's just take a replay of that move. Very nice racing there. We used the grip of the Red Bull over the Williams, but then the Williams used its straight line speed to pull away and keep the position. So you can see the differences between the two cars. So now back to the action behind Felipe Massa, losing rear traction again. This is the thing, we're just struggling for rear traction. I think it's to do with the setup, but just trying to find a way through. He's going very slowly through this sector, and we are too, as we're losing traction at the same time. Just trying to find a way through. We're going to stick in behind him. As long as we're sticking behind him, we might be able to stick in the slipstream and send one up the inside on the brakes at the end of one of these two very long straights. So just sticking him behind him again, coming around this very difficult right-hander, very easy to lock up. We make a bit of contact, but we get away with it. Going to allow us up the inside though. Can we out-drag him? He's going to have the straight line speed of that Williams, but we seem to be doing an alright job to get past him. Don't know if he's struggling or what, but we managed to out-drag him in a straight line. Must be something to do with the setup, and we're coming into the final corner now, very heavy on the brakes, and we managed to keep the position. So we're just going to take a replay of that move there. Just round the outside, nice and easy, out-braking manoeuvre. Very easily done in the Red Bull car. I'm surprised the Williams wasn't faster in a straight line. That really surprised me, to be fair. So coming on to lap number 14, we lock up into turn number 1. It's going to force us out wide. Luckily, keep it on the tarmac, but it's going to allow Massa up the inside, but we've got the inside line for the next corner, so we should hold him back. That was kind of my fault there, playing around with the cameras, then we locked up. So just take a replay of that. You see, just locked up. Very lucky to get away with it. Our teammate's still with us, but he's not able to close the gap on us too here. Very good battle between the Red Bull and Williams teams here. But we managed to keep on to this third place, so we're not going to get last to first, but we're going to get a last to the third step on the podium. So a very good job, well done, and a very interesting race. So I hope you have enjoyed, and hopefully the Malaysian Grand Prix is an interesting one. I hope you enjoyed this dry to wet race as well. So if you did, give it a like, comment, and subscribe for more. So we'll see you in the next one.
Here come our winning drivers then, out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix. The drama and excitement are over, and it's time to let it all sink in. Congratulations to our top 3 today. Well then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I think I'm going to give it to